All right, so we want to make sure that you get all your questions answered when it comes to unemployment and new jobs. We have Chris Rivera from Guilford Works and Will Graham of Graham Personnel Services. All right, let's get to these questions here. This person says, do you have any work from home jobs available? Will?
Absolutely. I mean, that is a major trend that's really grown here in the last 16 months. So we have plenty of those. Employers are really looking at that a lot as a way to retain and attract talent. I think it's going to be a trend that's here to stay and going to continue to grow.
Okay, this is a question about the unemployment and job search procedure, Chris. It says, is the correct procedure to search for at least 3 jobs or apply for 3 jobs? The website is a little confusing to me.
Yeah, that's an excellent question. Yeah, the expectation is that individuals search and apply for a minimum of 3 jobs per week, and to maintain that log to provide upon request. So okay. Excellent clarification.
Search and apply. Hey, Will, this person says, I've been in sales for 17 years and I'm ready for a change. Any suggestions?
You've been in, yes. I think that you can, I mean, it is a people business. So look at what industries you've been in sales in, whether it's been manufacturing or retail, and then look with industries within those of we're always going to need supervisors, managers, and leaders in that category. And I think if you can talk with customers, you can talk with anybody.
Okay. Chris, this person says, my unemployment has been held up since June 6th. NCDES says that they're waiting on a release code from NC Works after registering. Can you help?
Yeah, so part of the requirement is that individuals register in NC Works Online. The DES system interfaces with NC Works Online. So once that registration is fully completed, the systems will talk and that code will release. If an individual's unemployment is being held up because it's waiting on the code, please go back into your NC Works profile to ensure that all of the fields have been filled out, so the system will recognize it as a full and complete registration, and that should allow the process, the claim process, to continue.
All right. Hey, Will, what is going on with full-time jobs versus part-time jobs? Is there more of one than the other?
Generally speaking, yes, probably about 75% of all jobs are full-time. However, there are more and more part-time jobs as well. And then there's this full-time, part-time hybrid that's starting to get created. So when we think of full-time, you think of, oh, could be more than 32 hours, could be 40 hours. I think companies' flexibility right now is as great as I've ever seen it.
Okay. When it comes to unemployment, Chris, this person says, if you are not trying to work a full-time job, you're just happy with your part-time job, do you still need to apply for benefits and look for work?
So if an individual is not currently receiving benefits and is perfectly comfortable working part-time, they are not required to apply. However, if they're working at wages in which they could benefit from additional revenue or money coming in, then certainly do apply. But if you are a recipient of unemployment benefits, you will have to look for work. Look and apply for work.
Look and apply for work. So this person is asking, am I able to apply for unemployment if the last time I worked was out of state?
Potentially, you can submit the claim. That's what the state recognizes as an interstate claim. So they will collaborate with the state in which you've moved from, pull in the wages to see if you would be eligible here in North Carolina.
Okay, gotcha. And someone is asking, what company is Will with? And that is with Graham Personnel Services, not based in Graham, but just Graham Personnel Services. And if folks want to talk to someone and say, hey, this is what I've been doing, like the guy from the 17 years with sales, and they want to talk to somebody else about what industries they could go for, there are people there to talk you through it.
Yes. So we have almost a recruiting staff of 30. We interview almost 400 people each week and place about 225 people on job assignments. So that's what we do. The whole vertical niche of hiring is what we do over and over again. I think we're experts at hiring and retention. So we want to talk to any and all candidates that are willing and able to work.
Gotcha. Okay. And don't forget, there are those 2 hiring events tomorrow and also on Thursday. We've got them in the 2 Wants to Know section for you, so you can look at them and you can find out what time and which employers are going to be there. If you missed any of this, you can go to the 2 Wants to Know section. We'll be right back.